Hey, morning, y'all. Rear mount turbo boy is back. Got a new little funky wheel for this year. Uh, what we have here is my current turbo, s369, Borg Warner, journal bearing, nothing crazy. What I have over here is the China Pulsar offering. This is an s372. So the compressor wheel is larger, and this is the 72 mil out of the S400. So the exducer is actually 7 millimeter larger, roughly. There's the S372, which is the 7291 compressor, and then there's the S400 or the S472 SXE, which is the 7296. This has the 96. This has ball bearing. 6991 journal bearing. Same turbine. So we'll take a look at them. I'm just gonna look at the turbine side. I mean, the compressor wheel looks good. I can give you pictures. I mean, but whatever. First thing I know is off the bat, the clamps or the sealing plates or whatever the heck you want to call them. Look at how offset the bolt holes are. Big difference. Now let's put this down and take a look. All right. Well, essentially, they should be the same, right? So let's see. Don't mind the oil. Rear mount turbo. I need to put a check valve on my feed. I've been lazy. But now that everything's back apart again, I'll probably put the check valve on the feed. Essentially, the residual pressure in the line and the fact that it's lower than the motor does push a little bit of oil into the housing. But I think my number one cause is the fact that I had too small an air filter. Or maybe not, actually. This is a turbine side, so who am I kidding? Anyway, the only time I ever really see oil in the housing is if I don't leave it running shut down for long enough. And you can see this is brand new oil. So, back to the topic. We got two essentially 8073 turbine wheels. Three, 10. 3, 3, 10. The casting on this one, there's a little bit of dust in here. The casting on this one actually looked rougher. All right, I'm sure at sonic speeds that roughness probably plays some sort of role in something. Casting on this side, much smoother. The coming off onto the nut portion, 12 point whatever, much more rounded, smoother. Here you can see balancing marks, whereas these guys, they took it off the nut. Upon eye inspection, it looks the same for the turbine housings. Turbine housings look nice. It's really hard to compare with my oily ass housing over here, isn't it? In here, there's no machining marks. In here, you can see machining marks, those grooves that go around. Here's your inlet. 0.91. Looks decent. See? I don't really notice much difference here in the turbine housings themselves, just this one looks smoother. That's about it on the Pulsar side. Let me go grab my calipers. Change the battery in this thing, but let's go here to the straight section. 525. Trying to get this guy. 506. A little bit taller. Let's double check that. Pain in the butt. There we go. 521. Try this again. 499. What other random stuff should I check? About blade spacing. 992. We'll just call it 1 millimeter. That's kind of eyeballing the curve here. Eric Ziegler would probably be like, that's not scientific enough. Ah! Because he's a freaking genius. Yeah, same. What about edge of wheel to hub? Again, 99. 99. Or 98. Let's check the diameter. Get in there. Really hard to control with one hand. $73.29. Yeah. So there you go. Sorry, that was a rough video. Probably should have set up a tripod. Hindsight 2020. Smaller, major. Larger, minor than the wheel it's supposed to be copying. Is roughly 0.24 millimeters on both. Whether or not that's going to make a huge difference, I don't know. Okay. What about swapping housings? What if I swap housings, guys? Let's put this down. Because ideally they should be identical, right? You should be able to swap housings and have no drag. No drag. We'll get there. Let's put this guy in here. Hold on. Alright. Dirty baby. Dirty, dirty baby. Look at that. Shitty ass filter. Anyway, Provisioning is about the same. Looks like this stuff's all the same. I'm guessing they 3D scanned shit and recasted it. Tolerance is like for machining. I mean, I could eyeball it and see that it's just a smidge thicker on this side versus over here. This one looks a little bit more consistent. Silly things, random things that probably don't fucking matter. Other than that, it looks like a viable alternative. I mean, supposedly all these are what they call it, via speed balanced or whatever. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna run this through its paces, try to see how far she'll let me go. Then I'll throw this guy on, and hopefully, with the fact it's a 10 blade wheel versus a 7x7, and hopefully because it's ball bearing versus journal, the spool should be the same. I mean, I'd be pretty elated if it was faster, but it probably won't be. Let's be honest. Yeah. So we'll be testing these out. Well, testing that out eventually. I also have an actual genuine Borg Warner 1.0 housing that I'll probably be throwing on once I get my back pressure data. I'm gonna put an EMAP sensor in my exhaust. I'll probably put an EGT sensor here-ish. That way I can see what the turbine temps are back here. But based on those two, probably throw a bigger housing on there. Better top end. Alright guys, that's it.